You got public schools.
Yes, sir.
With all the bad things that Christians hated them. And then you've got Christian schools with Bible half the day, not learning math and science or writing and whatever.
Right.
Because we're reading the Bible. And there is no band. There's no football. There's no military, whatever you just said thing.
ROTC.
ROTC. Yeah. There's none of that stuff because there's 4 kids in my graduating class.
Yeah. Yeah.
And 2 of them are slow. So, you've got CRT, or what do you call it?
Yeah.
You've got CRT in one hand and no future in the other hand. How does a Christian decide which one to send their kids to? like how are you making the serious part of this question?
Right.
Is how are you as a parent making that judgment call which is better for your kid?
Yeah. I think parents have a tough I think it can be tough depending on where they're living. Again, some public schools are great. It's fine. Not a problem.
Yeah.
You're not worried about this stuff being pushed down your kid's throat, right? Or them being exposed to it.
But like on average.
Yeah.
On average, are you saying go, or like if someone came up to you and said there's a Christian school in town or the public school in town and you don't know where they live, which one would you tell them to send their kid to? And you don't know them or the kid.
Man, I'm not going to answer that question that way.
Why?
Because I don't know.
I'm asking you for averages. What is the over under on this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the point of the question.
I understand.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can answer that question though. I don't in fairness. Like,
all right.
I don't know the quality of that public school. I don't know the quality of the private school.
Right.
It may be the private school's trash. Go to the public school.
Mm.
Maybe the public school's not good. Go to the private school. And I think, hey, what are your kids wanting out of this? You know, or not even really kids, but what are you wanting for your kids? You know, from education.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, I think again, if school is for education purposes, and I also get that it's for learning how to interact with others, like that's part of the dynamic that just naturally occurs. But if it's for the education purposes, then I think you really got to find out where these schools are in their education. And hey, can you afford it? Can you afford a private school?
Mm.
If you cannot afford a private school, you're sending your kids to public school. And then you're going to have to just have wisdom of how to navigate that with your kid and asking them questions and those kind of things. And I know that's hard because, I mean, a lot of kids, you ask questions, how was school today? Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Terrible.
I'm a woman now.
well, if they say that, you know, and they're not a woman, you immediately got problems. But I think those are questions though. I mean, or reality though, that like, hey, if you can't afford the private school, there's no condemnation or shame in sending your kid to a public school. That's what the schools are there for.
Mm.
And so I think if we're talking about if all things are even, I can afford the private, and then I have the opportunity to gauge which one I want to send my kids to. Okay, then you can discuss that. But I'm not going to sit here and play law of averages with you. So
why not though?
Because again, I think a lot depends on where you are, where you live.
I mean, yeah.
So I can't just cut that out of the equation.